Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading, and thank you for listening to our show week after week. All these, 536 episodes that we are up to. Ooh, thank you again for all that you've done over the years. And hey, without further ado, let's play a game, Rodrigo.
All right. So what happened last time?
On Critical Hit.
Critical Hit.
We had a fight.
What everyone has been wanting to happen happened.
Yeah, we had a fight. We beat up some guys,
Yeah. Sakar got the snot kicked out of him.
Yep. And then we decided after the fight was done, we would continue on our travels.
Yep, we're going to get on
That's
nothing
it.
eventful happened.
Nothing exciting happened. If people
I
didn't
don't
listen to
remember
last
anything.
week's, that's fine. They didn't have to listen to last week's. Not important for the story.
Yeah, it wasn't really a very interesting episode. And then that cyborg came out of the time dilation, but I mean, that happens every day, really.
Yeah, I mean,
it did for a
nobody
while.
nobody named Sarah Connor was around, so he dissipated. And
It's like, have you seen this child? And it's a picture of Orem.
He was just like, I'm going to go home now.
All right. So
On Critical Hit.
what actually happened?
we had a fight.
Brandon's back.
Randa showed up. We
Yeah,
finished the
just-
fight and continued on our journey.
Randus showed up to save our bacon just as we were about to be eaten by a bunch of brigands who apparently wanted the starfish that we actually don't have.
You do have it.
We do have it.
We totally have it. I have it.
Shh. I'm trying
Oh,
to
I-
get them off the scent.
I see.
In case
Alright,
they're listening to the
that's-
podcasting that are still somehow being distributed.
In case they're still listening after they're lying dead on the deck of our ship,
That's probably good. So yes. We will pick up as the residue of an icy explosion begins to melt on the deck of the Eventide Regent. Everybody who was attacking was dispatched. There is still a big astral ship that is hooked onto the side of the Regent. And yes, as was pointed out earlier, Randus is there. You wanna let's do descriptions all around. Let's see, who do I have here? Let's start with Dalin.
Dahlin is a Eladrin. Where's the part of this? I'm sorry.
You wanna pass?
100% not ready to
go
describe.
20
last, Rob?
years! Lack
I-
of pupils!
Just glad it's not me. For one.
Where is the description on this sheet? There it is.
He's gonna be real upset when, after like a couple traits, he gets to the rest of the description is up to you.
That's not a joke, listeners. That's actually true.
Anybody who's gotten a character from me knows that's true.
Dahlin is a young adult Eladrin in his 20s. Average height, long red hair, pupilless eyes, fair skin, dark black clothes. Looks like shadows whipping around him at all times. Usually has a longsword of some sort. Oh, and has recently started wearing some what look like skull cufflinks, leather armor.
All right. Who's next? Shadow Dalin.
Uh,
Now you're doing it on purpose.
similar to what I just said, except darker.
Okay. Randus.
All right. So Randus is here, standing at the higher part of the ship where the steering wheel mechanism's at. I don't know what that's called.
The
upper
steering
deck.
zone.
Yes.
The helm.
The helm. Sure, you did. There, yeah. And yeah, he's staying there. He's mostly wrapped up in various scraps and cloth and canvas, most of which anything exposed just seems to be metal bits and mechanical things. face wrapped up except for a pair of goggles, thick glass and glowing, and crazy stalk of hair sticking out from top. He has a little crab or spider-like robotic friend perched on his shoulder.
Little Sparkle.
Little Sparkle is a kenku. She's a little over 5 feet tall with green and black feathers, a long green beak, blue eyes. Hand is currently clutching a dagger, and the hands are like kind of like little scaly with like kind of hard claws at the end. Wearing pretty otherwise insignificant, or not insignificant, but like unimpressive leather armor. The dagger's pretty cool though. It's got like a bunch of like weird gears on it, as does the sash she's wearing, which also looks like of a similar craftsmanship. And she's got a cool flaming tattoo on one of her arms.
Sakar.
Sakar is human-ish, 6'5", big, broad hunk of guy. Black eyes with red sclera, sort of probably, I'm going to say a medium brown skin, very, very prominent and noticeable fangs on both the upper and lower jaw. Of course, he still has beautiful, gorgeous, big sideburns down to his jaw, but his hair is much longer and can probably best be described as a mass of black anime protagonist hair.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he's wearing a weirdly mismatched, but now at least all the same lovely bone-colored armor, and carrying a pair of swords, one of which looks vaguely inhuman, but not so you'd notice it until it starts sucking your blood, which is really a good way to describe him as well. So, yeah.
Okay. And Seven Owls Wise.
Seven Owls Wise is a human, a former monk of Bahamut, as can be seen from his robes that he wears. Although the robes have seen better days, there's kind of a general griminess to all of them. He's got wild hair and beard going out in all directions. He looks pretty bad, both physically because he's bleeding, and he's got large portions of his exposed skin bandaged up from previous fights. But there's also this real big sense of melancholy and dread, because not only has he lost his god, but he just recently lost one of his best friends ever on this foul quest.
Yep. So there those guys are.
Sakar walks across to Randus.
Hey, Sakar.
Warden Duthane, do you recall during the earliest parts of your training as a noble when I told you that a nobleman never betrays his emotions and certainly doesn't give in to brash displays thereof?
Yes.
I would like it to be known that I was wrong. And Sakar gives you the biggest hug you've ever had from a giant vampire man.
As that is the hugging is happening, Sparkle just like rushes forward and like jumps on the like hugging pile awkwardly to turn it into a group hug.
A group hug.
Hey.
What happened? How are you back? We found your little house, and thank you for the equipment. I was worried that you had died of old age.
No, not currently. You guys seem to be doing a good job of stabilizing the time here, so I was able to slip in. So that's good. So got two of the pillars down then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks to our new comrades.
What
you remember
what
Seven
happened
Owls
to
Wise?
you?
Hello, Seven. Dolan, nice seeing you.
Good to see you again.
Yeah. You guys are doing better this time. That's good. You got two of the pillars. That's the most successful one yet.
Oh boy. What do you
Mr.
mean this
Randus?
time?
Yeah. Oh,
You
have
know who I am?
I guess I've met you. Yeah, may not have met me. Hi, I'm Randus.
Have you been watching alternate versions of us?
I wouldn't say just watching, so to speak. It's been an experience.
Describe it.
I've kind of been slipping between various timelines. Trying to do what I can to make things right. I think this is more or less my original timeline. So, hey.
How many have you been through?
I really don't know if I could say.
Is there any exposed human part of Randus at this time?
I say that you probably see face, like,
Okay.
yeah, that still has goggles on, but yeah, there's
Like a nose bridge.
yeah.
Does he
Probably
like
Clough has
look wrinkly or like scarred or anything weird like that?
Is he wearing a gauntlet with many jewels on it?
Something like that.
Does he look like a head just mounted on a cyborg armature?
Maybe. But for the most part, the body does seem bulkier than normal. But his face seems mostly okay. I mean, not necessarily wrinkly, but scarred certainly. Some of the scars tend to have more of a bluish, purplish tint underlying.
So you've worked with alternate versions of us.
Yeah.
And were you successful in stopping any of this in any of those worlds?
Some, yes. Yeah.
You remember me?
Yeah, you've been around some of them.
Oh boy. Well, I guess do you think, are you going to get like pulled out of this timeline again?
Do you know how we save Master Orem?
That's a good question, D-Lot.
Shoving the crystal in your face at this point.
Priorities.
Yeah, I kind of grab the crystal and start looking at it. And, I think I'm pretty stable here. I should be able to at least help finish this out one way or the other.
Okay. I guess from like the failed versions, do you know anything that we don't?
I don't know. I'll have to see. I mean, there's been a lot. So,
how are you doing this? Or why are you doing this? Or how did you escape from Asmodeus?
Well, he kind of just very well disconnected me from time, so I had to find my way back around, more or less.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I'm here to, see what we can do to make things right. Yeah. So I mean, we, there's been some successful and semi-successful events throughout, but we don't have like Rathwaga's head here to make a golem army or anything.
No, we do not.
Yeah, no. So I think again, you guys have been doing pretty good getting 2 pillars down with the gourds. I think that's gonna be our best plan of action here for the time being.
How long have you been doing this?
I really can't say. countless times.
How? I mean, are you physically okay?
More or less.
What about the less?
Yeah. I make do.
Ew.
I mean, if you if you need help, you can tell us.
Yeah, if I need assistance, I'll let you know.
Well,
It's good to have you back.
it's really good to have you back. There's been a lot of like, how do we make this thing work? And oh man, I sure wish Randus was here, and we don't have any magical equipment. So, and also we just missed your, I don't know, everything.
Yeah, it's a good seeing you guys again. So yeah, anything I know of this Orm crystal?
Not really. I mean, you know that you know where the technology comes from, and you know that it's meant to be permanent. So it takes a massive amount of energy probably to crack something like this, and not something that you can easily generate.
Yeah, sorry, Dolan. We're really gonna have to work on this. I kind of hand it back. We're gonna need a lot of energy to crack that open. Asmodeus has done a good job of sealing it.
It's okay. We have you. We're gonna figure it out.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Master Orm always said you were one of the smartest.
That's high praise.
I mean, I've heard it said by others that there's basically nothing that the two of them put together couldn't figure out. So I'm
Agreed. It's well-earned praise.
yeah.
Have you been seeing us in this reality previous to your return? Have you interacted with a small fox-like creature, for instance?
Yeah.
Have you?
Hey, Drumstick. Hey, nice seeing you again.
Is he the ghost?
What? No, this is a robot.
Ugh.
She like scratches at his like leg.
Hey,
You know, sounds like scraping something on metal.
Oh, did you get another? Did you lose another limb?
Not exactly.
What does that mean?
I'd say this is more of a containment unit.
Oh, to like keep yourself locked in time?
Among other things.
What do you mean, among other things?
Keeping things more or less together.
Like your body?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Randus.
It's okay. I mean, I'm still here.
Yeah, you're doing
guess.
good. Seven Owls Wise is also trying to keep it together.
Yes,
It's,
keeping on mission is really important. I'm sure, Randus, you have plenty to share. Maybe we can talk while we either disconnect this ship or we board it and look around to see what's there.
Agreed.
Oh, maybe Randus can take a look at you and see if he can help with your healing, since you still are a mess.
Yeah.
Dolan and I will see how difficult it is to disconnect these ships.
Probably ought to search it first.
Yeah, and I'll search
I
these
agree with
guys
Seven.
to see if they have any, I don't know, signals or messages to figure out who's implying them.
I agree with 7. We should probably check out the ship before we just set it afloat.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, let's do that.
Anything, they might have food that's not potatoes.
Blood sausage is perfectly fine, thank you. Swordsman to the ship!
All right. So who all is getting on the ship?
I think everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm first inspecting the corpses that are on our ship.
Yeah, not a lot left of those. You guys did a pretty thorough job.
Fair enough.
Are any of their swords of quality worth salvaging?
Definitely not swords that are better than your sword.
Well, obviously not, but
What about swords that are better than generic sword?
No, they're all generic stuff.
Oh.
Apparently everybody's doing inherent bonuses nowadays.
it's all the rage.
It's part of the whole like time breaking down.
Yep.
Can't trust magic. Got to do it your damn self.
Yep.
I mean, you might find some personal trinkets, like a bag of like tobacco or something else like that, but nothing
But no
really
like
particularly
messages
viable.
or tokens that like show they're part of like a specific mercenary group or something like that.
Right.
A
Nothing
letter
like
from
that.
their patron saying, "Hello, here is your mission.
Please murder these guys."
Love, Asmodeus."
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing on the corpses that are left on the deck of the ship.
Well, let's check out their ship.
Yep.
All right. So
Are we just in the middle of the astral sea?
you guys are still like 10 feet away from that dwarf island with the
Okay.
standing stones.
All right, so we're not out in the middle of nowhere.
So you guys cross over. There's this metal bridge essentially that is formed when this basically ramp with big metal teeth drops, and once you guys cross it over, you are standing on an astral ship, mostly made of metal and stone. It's bigger than the sovereign, than the regent, but it's kind of a relatively small, fast ship. It's not like there's astral ships that are just really, really massive. This one is probably meant to be relatively fast and maneuverable. Very much an
PT boat.
assault ship. Meant to catch up to other ships.
Does it seem like it's going to be much of an effort to dislodge?
It's gonna be a thing. You're gonna have to like work at it. You can't just do it with your bare hands.
I'm going to go into what I think are the captain's quarters area to see if I can find, ship's registry, who might have sent them this way, any kind of orders or anything.
Yeah, I'll snoop around for any hidden compartments or other things like that.
Well, you guys find some quarters. It doesn't take very long, and there's stuff in them: clothes, some coins, some weapons,
Mhm.
Extra pairs of boots and stuff, reading material. But we'll say that Seven Owls Wise comes across what is essentially a wanted poster. Although it's actually more of a file, but he spots it, and it's wanted, and it's like a sketch of the starfish. And then it says, "Weapon of huge value for the war, 45 million gold." If at the bottom of the poster there's a seal that Seven Owls Watch recognizes as the seal of the Church of Arathis.
Uh-oh.
No mention of no mention of who might have it, just
once you start flipping through the other materials, there is a mention that it was last seen being held by a powerful half-elven warlock. And then after that, there is a lot of description of it, of the starfish, as well as some sort of there's something that Seven Owls doesn't really understand, but what appears to be some sort of like mathematical script And then after that is some information on basically where to take it and how to cache once it's acquired.
I'll wander back out on deck, and apparently the starfish is a highly valuable item. 45 million gold.
Wow, that's a reward.
Yeah.
From whom?
Says here, something mathematical stuff. Church of Arathis.
Arathis?
Yes. Didn't you guys say you were doing something with Arathis?
Yeah, we were working for them.
She was the driving force behind the secondary treaties.
So,
But-
I don't know. I mean, if they think that Ket still has it and that Ket sold us out or something like that, I could understand why they'd want it.
Well, I mean, it could simply be they don't know where it's at, and they're
Yeah.
willing to pay handsomely for it because they know,
Does
according to what you've
well,
said,
if it
that you
says-
can kill a god with it. This may be how they get rid of Asmodeus, whereas we've got this other plan of
I
getting
mean-
rid of the pillars.
If it says how to get the reward, then we could go there and try to see if if it's actually
Could be a trap.
involving the church. Well, yeah, I mean, it seems unlikely that it's a trap for us if if this is like where the mercenaries were going to come. I mean, it's possible that they were then planning on killing any mercenaries that turned up with a reward anyways.
Yes.
But if it's actually the Church of Arathis that's put this out, then we might be able to meet allies.
Yeah, I can't make anything out of this. I show it to Randus. Do you know anything of this? These numbers, this math, these formulas?
I'll take a look. Does it ring any bells, or can I make anything
Yeah,
of it?
it's probably it looks like it's like basically some sort of signature.
Yeah, it seems to be a signature.
Well, can
One
you?
of-
Can you tell
Whose
where we're supposed to
signature?
go?
Yeah, does it say who or where, or does it tell me?
Not specifically, but it's safe to extrapolate that with all the information given here
Mm-hmm.
about it, somebody who knows the right set of rituals would probably be able to find it even without having seen it before.
Interesting.
Find the location they're supposed to go to, or find the starfish?
Find the starfish.
Okay. Well, if this is exactly what you say it is, Randus, then I suspect that we need to make haste to wherever we need to go next, because if this is widely circulated, anyone with a simple spell book will probably be able to track us down and be on our tail before you know it. That probably explains why so many people knew when we first arrived here and thought that Ket was in that building.
Oh yeah, that would make some sense too. What are the instructions for turning in the reward?
There is a sort of a stronghold that orbits Shalai, and that's where they're supposed to take it.
Well, would be strange for Arathis to be setting in Shalai, seeing it's almost entirely controlled by Lolth. I mean, I guess it was a former stronghold of Arathis, but it would be extremely dangerous for us to go there.
But if it's a fortress around Shalai, that might be Arathis' last bastion.
It's possible. I think it's worth checking out, because if it's legit, if this is actually members of the Church of Arathis, then making contact with them would be a huge help in pursuing our goals. And if nothing else, it'll keep them from sending mercenaries after us, hopefully, if they are on our side. And if they're not on our side, well, we can maybe try to stop them from distributing more copies of this ritual, because so long as they're coming out here, we're going to keep getting ambushed.
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Do you guys know where the last 3 bastions are, or where this will be at? If it's
I mean, I've never been there. I've been to, like, the closest I've been to Shalai is the waters nearby. So, but looks like there's instructions here.
Mhm.
And, the ship is super magical and could probably get us there.
I can try and navigate it at least, yeah.
anything else of worth on this ship, Rodrigo?
Yeah, you're able to find 600 gold and 1,000 gold worth of residuum.
Is it possible we could attempt to contact someone there first? Since
Wait, Brandis, can you use sending?
Yes, yes, he can.
They used to
Do I
used to be able to.
remember how?
Yeah, you still have all your old rituals.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
then,
then
yeah, maybe
yes.
you could send a message to Sarza. I mean, she escaped Rutile Island, and if she's actually like leading this, then we could let her know that we're still alive, and she should stop sending assassins to steal the starfish from her, and we're coming.
All right. So yeah, try to spend.
I would say the Regent even has a lab.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. If there's nothing else on this ship, Rodrigo, we're going to work to disconnect it,
Okay.
and then as we push off, how about we just set fire to it so nobody else can use it?
Is it made of
Uh,
stone?
Yeah, we
This
set fire
ship
to
is
it
not
anyway.
going to catch on fire.
We set fire to
Yeah.
it anyway.
We can
We could burn the
also
interiors.
send a message to the dwarves on the island to let
Yeah,
them know
to
there's
let
a
them-
ship.
Yeah, and they can maybe salvage it. I mean, we're still attached to the island, right?
No, you guys had.
Oh, set sail.
We had shoved off.
I mean, you guys had to get to the island on longboat, so you guys were never actually like docked there.
Oh,
Right.
sure, but yeah, weren't we still attached to that like weird Gith platform island though?
No, little tiny island, the one with the summoning stones.
Yeah, but there were like dwarves that were stationed there because, like, I remember I had been doing watch duty, and then some dwarves had showed up to watch instead.
This is the island that has the standing stones that teleport you to Bumblehearth.
Yeah, so we can ask like the dwarves that are like right there to like tell them about this, show them.
Yeah,
the
you
shit.
can
Yeah,
you can hail them.
they've probably been sitting there
like,
watching
hey,
us eating
ship.
popcorn the entire
Ahoy!
time. Who goes there?
We're dwarves, just how we talk.
You can semaphore them a message.
I'll put flags on my swords and I'll send them a message.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yep, looks like they'll take care of the ship.
Semaphore a thumbs up emoji.
You don't know what semaphore is, do you?
I do. I'm telling you. Semaphore them a thumbs up emoji.
Yeah, what's the code for a thumbs up emoji?
Send him the ASCII code for a smiley face.
Yes. 001 0001.
All right, so what's happening now?
I think we're trying to.
Yep.
Dolan is going to
Dislodge
navigate
the
his
ship.
way to the stronghold place.
I
And-
think we were going to attempt a sending ritual
Oh, right.
first.
You guys
Yep.
want me to send to Sarsa?
Yeah,
Tell her we have the starfish and plan on coming in?
Will it reach her
Well-
no matter where she is?
Depends on how successful the spell is.
maybe
Well,
maybe not
seeing
like
as
the
it can
starfish,
no
just
longer
in
be
case
botched.
she's like captured or something like that, but maybe say
Yeah.
like, this is Randus. I'm alive. Trying to fight Asmodeus. Could use some would like to help you if you have a place to rendezvous or to share resources.
I have
Are
that
sending
thing.
spells audible if there are people around her?
No, just goes
So
into their
it's
head.
not the spell itself isn't audible, but her response will be audible.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
Say, I've got the stuff. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
All right. Do you guys have the components to send this?
I
we've got
can do it with 50.
We just got a bunch of residuum.
Okay. All right. Well, spend it.
All right, 50 residuum, you say?
Yeah.
'Kay.
We would like
Done
to
and done.
rendezvous if possible. If provide location. Any other information I should provide other than wanting to meet?
I'm kind of prone to less, just in case she's been compromised in some fashion.
Should I let her know I'm with you and Sakar?
Sure. I think that's reasonable.
Okay. So I'm thinking, Sarsa, this is Randis. I have rejoined Sparkle and Sakar. We would like to rendezvous, provide location if able.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
So as Randus starts casting the ritual, and starts, arcane energy starts swirling around the components, he starts to hear a noise, like kind of a weird buzzing noise, which probably doesn't throw him off too bad at first, because nowadays a lot of things are buzzing and clanking and sparking. But as he continues the ritual, it becomes louder and louder and somewhat familiar. It sounds like a strange static, basically it sounds like what a sine wave looks like in a way. Just kind of like on the outside of that, you guys watch Randa start to do the ritual, and there's just this like thick, almost black, like red, almost black drop of blood that just begins to trickle down his nose as he starts to convulse.
Ugh.
That's not good.
Uh,
Mr. Randis, are you okay?
Am I feeling okay?
You're like really caught up on this noise, man. It's like pulling you away to somewhere.
No, better make him snap out of it with one of my snap out of it powers.
You mean punching him?
Yeah.
All right. Seven Owls Wise punches Randus, who like flies across the room and snaps out of it.
What was that about?
Do I think this was some sort of countermeasure to prevent sendings, or
that is kind of what it seems like.
yeah, I think she's incommunicado.
Or Asmodeus has locked down all
It's
type of rituals?
yeah, very possible. I'm not. Yeah.
I mean that there was something familiar to that sound. Like you've heard that kind of wave before.
But
Did it
where?
sound like something from his research facility?
Could it have been that time he accidentally contacted Thene?
That's what I was.
Yeah,
wondering.
that was the other question I had.
That does sound like that time he accidentally contacted Thene.
So I can maybe guess that perhaps Thene is blocking it some way.
Thene.
I don't know.
Or
if
someone who has access to
Thene's
Thene's
power. Portfolio.
Yeah.
Huh.
We do know
Or
that
The island.
wasn't.
Well, that's interesting. Well, now I'm torn about where to go first.
Well, there's always the next tower.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
what I'm saying.
Isn't the next tower on Thene's library?
Yes.
Sounds like we might have a two birds, one stone situation.
No, that's fair. All
I
right,
mean, if
let's
it
stick with the
is-
plan then.
Asmodeus is using Thene's powers either by usurping her portfolio or through coercion with her, I mean, yeah, it might be a place to go to shut that down.
Agreed.
Or you just take a chance and show up at this place and hope they let you in.
I mean, if they do, I don't know if that'd really be a good thing either.
Well, I mean, if it's...
I'm afraid that halfway through this project, to stop and start something else could leave us nowhere.
No, you're probably right. All right, let's stick with the plan then and go to the Sage's Rectory.
Excellent.
I mean, we'll continue to have the location even once we've hopefully taken down the remaining 2 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's as good as plan as we have currently. Again, this has been pretty successful so far. Big reason why I'm here now, so let's continue.
Oh, okay.
Great. Darwin? Sage's
To
Rectory.
the library? Or to
Yes.
the rectory?
Yes.
Aye. I'll try to coax the eventide in that direction.
It's not hard. It's been kind of sitting out here for a while.
It wants to go places.
Yeah.
True. But it doesn't always want to go places that we want to go.
That's also true. But you guys set sail and seem to be moving at an okay clip.
Nice. I'm going to go down and rest. I'm still hurt really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Randus,
Probably
maybe you
for the
can
best.
look at this. You're
Sure.
the healer,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some healing powers too, but this is
Oh
a
yeah,
little
can
bit
we all
beyond
at
me.
least take a short rest from the last fight?
Yay.
You can spend some healing surges and stuff.
Is there anyone who would wish to loan some healing surges?
Well, check me out first.
Yeah.
See if there's anything you can do to help the repairs go faster.
I always have extra. If I knew what my actual hit points were, I would use an appropriate amount of surges. So I'm gonna guess and say I have 9.
Let's see.
I think I used 3. No, I used 5 in the last battle, so I have 7.
Looks like you are at 150 hit points right now.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to need at least 1. That would leave me with 6.
Okay.
So yes, I can donate up to 4.
Well, I have 8, so I can just use my own if need be. So.
Yeah.
So I can donate 1. Safely. I have 7 of my 8.
I think I'll just utilize my own to restock.
I'm not used to having to be conservative on giving Randus surges.
Yes.
And
Cat's
Randus
got a
have the
freaking
extra bonus.
jillion.
They smell really clean, like 10W40.
But yeah, I'll go and check out 7 Owls Wise.
You want to give me a heal check?
All right. 30.
Well, probably the most important thing is that his ribs are really busted up and he needs to get off them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll advise him as that.
So, just bed rest for now.
Yes, I think until we get anywhere, I think you're going to have to be confined to your quarters.
Okay.
All right. Well, rest well.
All right.
If that gets much worse, we might have to bleed it. But I think we got quite the hematoma forming. But just rest up now, and we'll check back on it later.
Okay. I will go back in, close the door, and lay down on my bed.
Okay.
Look up at the ceiling.
Well, as it turns out, having a bunch of broken ribs and then being in a fight is really exhausting. So it's very likely that at the very least, 7 Owls Wise drifts in and out of sleep for a while.
I'm glad I got the The room that didn't have a window.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So-
What else are people doing?
I am
I'll check out the
navigating.
armory and see if it's spawned anything helpful for Randus that I can bring him.
Like what?
I don't know, like tools or like darts or
Anything
Yeah,
that has
there's some darts.
plus 20 of smashing.
Shoulder pads of holding you in one place temporally speaking. ...
yeah, right.
Maybe some
I'll
spurs.
grab
Set
those
up.
for him and be like, when he leaves Seven's room, like be like, in case you need some more of your healing darts. I'm not sure if these are the right kinds of darts.
I might be able to use them.
Cool. I'd recommend checking out the lab and the armory. The ship is extremely magical and good at generating things people need.
Yeah, it's been pretty handy. Yeah, I'll be
Oh,
around.
right. You're already familiar with it. That's extremely strange.
Yeah, I've been on it a time or two. I mean, at least this time it wasn't destroyed by the Hogba. So
Wait, what? What's the what?
yeah, previous excursions to the Feywild hadn't been so successful for the crew. But-
This is gonna sound really morbid, but so you've like watched us die in other realities?
Yeah, it's happened.
Oh, I'm so
It's-
sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of been the
It
way.
just
it
sounds
seems.
like torture.
I mean, it's not always been bad, but there's been some good times. It's just, but it's definitely been quite the experiences of several lifetimes.
Is this conversation happening on deck?
It can be,
Sure.
or at least on the stairs on the way up to the deck.
In
Yeah.
the halls. Yeah.
Dallin can hear it.
Hey, Dalvin, might, so Seven Elsewise is going to be pretty much confined to his quarters for a while to heal up. Might, make sure he has plenty of good water and ship willing, maybe, light things to eat if you can get, or, make broth at all. Plenty of drink. Just clean towels and buckets may be a good idea.
I can do that.
Yeah. I'll
You said
keep an eye on him.
the Hogba attacked us once?
Yeah, we kind of had to one time go into the Feywild to try to recollect your guys' equipment, and seemed to at least one time the Eventide Regent here had ran afoul of the Hogba, and I'm afraid none of you really came out of that one.
Oh, that's
What?
really messed up.
About the Do you know about my situation?
Yeah, the curse.
What about him?
Unfortunately, I really hadn't had any much experience with that particular situation. We generally met after. Generally, if I was going into the Feywild, it's usually because something bad happened here and we needed something from the Eventide.
Wait, I'm
So,
confused. Why would we need to go back into the Feywild for the Eventide if the Eventide's here?
Well, sometimes it didn't get here, or through
Oh.
trips through the Feywild it got lost or messed up.
So he never caused problems?
Not in my experiences. He's been a general problem for your situation, but unfortunately I haven't been able to help alleviate that too much than other concerns typically.
That actually takes a lot off of my mind, though. If he never caused problems for us. If he never caused problems for you.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Again, I'm not sure quite what will come of this situation, but I guess we could just keep on going.
Well, if you, I guess, want to talk any more about what's happened or been happening, or, Sakar and I are here for you.
Yeah, just so much information. I guess I don't think we have to worry too much about any void incursions this time. Make sure Corlon maybe doesn't assume Asmodeus's portfolio.
Oh boy.
That's kind of gone bad.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, largely Corlon killing Asmodeus and taking over.
How does Corlon kill Asmodeus?
Well, the starfish.
Oh.
Oh.
And he, that wouldn't have been the first death from that starfish that particular time, so Asmodeus.
What do you mean that particular time? Like it killed other gods?
Yeah, so it didn't go straight to the thing.
Oh,
at least after.
Huh. Oh boy. I mean, did you see? I guess. But you think that if we kill Asmodeus with before we've killed any other gods, that it'll be, I guess, more okay?
Possibly. I mean, it.
Oh boy. I mean, there's no good answers here. I don't want to give that thing cosmic power.
Really don't know what goes on in other vertices.
Mm-hmm.
As been pretty much here, at least that as far as that's concerned. So I don't know what the times that it has been used, what the thing did do with his capabilities when he got him.
I mean, I guess anything else like you've seen, like, I don't know, do you know where Ket is, or
No, unfortunately, when we've been able to run into Ket again on good terms, he's usually pretty good on staying on his feet and playing by ear, so not too many specific locations to be found.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen any of our other allies, like Starza, or oh God, what's the name of the Lantern Archon? Gardenia?
Yeah, pretty much seen them on either side.
Like, sometimes they defect?
Or sometimes they were never on our side to begin with.
Oh. Like, that's messed up.
Yeah, it's... like I say, it's interesting. the splittering kind of goes back the more further I had to circle out before coming back in. So
To like more like I guess less likely futures
or
or pasts
more
or
divergent.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, you're
What's
not
a really weird one?
yeah.
What's like the weirdest one?
The weirdest one. One of the ones that was kind of the scariest ones was the cog war machines.
That sounds scary.
Yeah.
What is that?
Cogs go to war?
Well, they're repurposed into war.
By
Oh,
who?
Asmodeus.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess it's hard to say that anything in particular will be useful because it might not be true in this world timeline.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's seemed to be a good section that wasn't too accessible to me, where it seemed maybe you were a coil assassin.
Wait, I was a salamander coil assassin?
It seems.
That's messed up.
let Lady Sparkle do that.
She had a goatee, that's why.
Yes. Yeah, like I say, there's been a great dearth and breadth of realities and timelines.
That sounds hard, very, very hard to manage.
Yeah, it's like I say, a lot of information and hard grasping at what's applicable. Hey, again, things seem to be going good here relatively.
I don't even know what to say.
Do you know of the location of anything in this reality that we might need to look out for? Do you know anything of our home continent?
For the most part, most of my experience has been fairly relegated to the astral realm, barring some excursions. And most of those, when we did have to go back to the material plane, it's been fairly different in many ways.
That would make sense.
And there's been, charred landscapes or pristine looking societies that have an undercurrent of menace. It's been, all sorts of configuration.
And how did you, I guess, manage to navigate it?
Mostly haphazardly at first. And, not really. It was all kind of a blur and a rush for quite a while. I don't know how long. Eventually I started being able to grasp on to moments here and there. Eventually I was able to construct enough things where I could kind of slip in more and more moments at a time, kind of circling back around until ultimately things kind of coalesced enough where I was able to come through here.
Well, thank you. I mean, we found she'll actually gesture to her sash and dagger. We found the house that you built. So I guess thank you for this. It's been very useful.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll have to make sure that gets done.
You haven't already done it?
Not that I recall, but
Oh boy.
it's possible.
That's upsetting because it possibly implies that you will move on from this timeline and remember this conversation, which means that this timeline will fail or you'll become unstuck.
Possibly. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent solution. So maybe I'll just have to move on given the time, but I'm here now.
If there's anything we can do to help keep you here, I mean, I'm extremely out of my element. I don't understand most of this at all, but
I'm largely having to figure it out as I go as well.
Yeah, you're a lot smarter.
I do what I can.
There are 2 streams of blood streaming down Sakar's cheeks right now.
Hey,
Are you okay?
I'm fine. He's back. This might succeed. This could work.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, those are tears. Gotcha. I'm sorry. I didn't I'm sorry. That's extremely creepy.
Vampires cry tears? Wait, vampires cry blood?
It's all right. I don't do this. In any case, it is good to have you back.
Yeah. I'm glad that we can all be together here.
Now I know what everybody cries. Blood, water, points at Dalin. Sweeter smelling water.
Yeah, Eldrin cry sugar instead of salt like you folk.
We've seen.
That's weird.
Oh, that's not that weird. You should see what happens to tears in the Feywild once they hit the ground.
What happens
What
to them?
happens to tears in the Feywild once they hit the ground?
They float away and turn into baby laughter.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we have to go through the Feywild again to like travel on this boat, but not a pleasant place.
It's fun.
That honestly sounds delightful.
No, that sounds terrible.
You've obviously never been in a room full of crying vampires.
Crying vampires?
Vampires.
No, absolutely not. That also sounds terrible. Is there a whole nursery full of things like you?
Half. Only half.
Okay, sure. How many siblings do you have?
That is a very complicated question.
How is that a complicated question?
Like, is it, I mean, like, do you have a lot of, like, half siblings or adopted siblings? Is that what makes it complicated? Or are you, like, creche raised? Pretty sure nobles don't creche raise.
Do vampires creche raise?
That is. What is a creche raising?
Oh, it's like when everyone raises everyone else's kids.
Oh, no.
It's like
no, absolutely not. That would
because that can make the whole like how many siblings do you have really complicated.
Indeed, I imagine that it would. The simple answer is 1. His name is Zan, and he is infuriating.
Then how is that a complicated question?
Yeah, right? And were you in a room full of crying half babies? Does he have like a twin, or was he part of another? I don't know. Again, I'm so confused.
I shouldn't speak of it. I'm overwhelmed with emotion, and I believe I need to perhaps take my leave and gather my wits about me.
Okay. That's fair.
I'll see you all in a bit. Make sure that Seven Owls does not get up and try to do something foolish like walk.
I can watch him.
Talon,
Yes,
wake me when you need relieving at the helm.
of course.
And
Go
Sakar
get some
sneaks
rest.
off to his room.
Okay.
Leaving a
That
trail
guy's
of
weird.
Yes. I don't know if it's because he's a half vampire or a warden or had to spend a bunch of time bounded to a corrupted island or is a noble or probably some combination of all of the above.
mommy issues.
Oh,
He's had a weird life.
That he has.
And I'm sure it's going to get weirder next time.
On critical hit.
Critical hit!
Thanks, everybody, for checking us out this week. I hope you enjoyed that. Ooh, what might have been, what might be, what will never happen again, or will it? Find out next time on Critical Hit. And until then, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.